Pixel 10 Pro price leak. Google's bold move against Apple Samsung revealed. Google's bold pricing strategy for Pixel 10 series could reshape the smartphone landscape. The countdown is on for Google's highly anticipated Made by Google event on August 20th, where the tech giant will unveil its latest Pixel 10 lineup. But here's the twist that's stirring buzz. Leaked pricing details suggest Google is sticking to last year's price tags, an unexpected move that could send ripples through the entire smartphone industry. Pixel 10 series pricing, familiar numbers, strategic impact. According to recent reports, the Pixel 10 family will mirror the pricing structure of the Pixel 9 series. Here's what's expected. Pixel 10, 128GB, $799. Pixel 10 Pro, 128GB, $999. Pixel 10 Pro XL, 256GB, $1,199. Pixel 10 Pro Fold, 256GB, $1,799. While competitors like Samsung and Apple are nudging their flagship prices upward, Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Apple's This decision not only makes the Pixel 10 lineup more appealing in direct comparisons, but also simplifies the upgrade path for loyal users. But here's where it gets controversial. Google isn't just playing the pricing game. It's subtly redefining what consumers should expect at each price tier. The Pixel 10 base model, for instance, is rumored to include a third rear camera lens, a feature traditionally reserved for premium models. This shift could pressure other Android manufacturers to elevate their specs or risk falling behind. Hardware that sets a new standard. By introducing a triple-lens camera system in its standard Pixel 10, Google is challenging the norm. Most entry-level flagship phones come with dual cameras, but Google's move signals a push to raise the baseline for mobile photography across the Android ecosystem. This isn't just about specs, it's about setting expectations. AI, the real power play. Artificial intelligence is where Google's long-term strategy truly shines. The Pixel 10 series will be deeply integrated with Gemini, Google's AI-powered assistant, and packed with smart features that enhance user experience. This isn't just a gimmick. It's a calculated effort to steer the mobile AI narrative. To unlock the full potential of Gemini and other AI tools, users are encouraged to subscribe to Google AI Pro or AI Ultra. Pixel buyers will receive trial memberships, making it easier to explore these services and potentially commit to ongoing subscriptions. This approach not only adds value to the device, but also strengthens Google's ecosystem by drawing users deeper into its cloud-based services. The bigger picture, Google's strategic advantage. With the Pixel 10 and Pixel 10 Pro, Google isn't just launching new phones. It's reinforcing its influence over the Android market. By maintaining competitive pricing, enhancing hardware standards, and doubling down on AI integration, Google is positioning itself as the architect of the next generation of mobile experiences. The Pixel 10 family, comprising the Pixel 10, Pixel 10 Pro, Pixel 10 Pro XL, and Pixel 10 Pro Fold, is set to hit shelves shortly after the August 20th launch. And while the specs and features are impressive, it's the strategic decisions behind the scenes that could have the most lasting impact. Now here's the part most people miss. Is Google's pricing strategy a generous consumer-first move or a calculated play to dominate the Android ecosystem and lock users into its subscription services? Are we witnessing a shift in how tech companies define value in smartphones? Let's hear your thoughts. Do you applaud Google's pricing restraint, or do you think there's more to the story? Drop your take in the comments, especially if you think this strategy could backfire. Google Pixel 10 Pro versus Pixel 9 Pro, key upgrades and features. Are you ready to dive into the world of the upcoming Google Pixel 10 Pro and see if it's worth the upgrade from the Pixel 9 Pro? The anticipation is building as the Made by Google event on August 20th looms, promising to reveal the latest in smartphone technology. But here's where it gets controversial. Will the Pixel 10 Pro bring enough significant improvements to justify the purchase, or will it be just a minor tweak over its predecessor? The Pixel 9 Pro has already earned its place among the top Android phones available today, with its impressive AI capabilities and affordable pricing. Its larger sibling, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, has solidified its position as one of the best options on the market. So, what can we expect from the Pixel 10 Pro in terms of upgrades? Let's break down the potential enhancements in the Pixel 10 Pro versus the Pixel 9 Pro. Pixel 10 Pro versus Pixel 9 Pro specs. While the exact specifications are yet to be confirmed, rumors suggest that the Pixel 10 Pro will maintain a similar design and display size to its predecessor. Both models are expected to sport a 6.3-inch screen with a refresh rate ranging from 1 to 120 Hz. The rear and front cameras will likely remain the same, featuring a 50-megapixel wide-angle, 48-megapixel ultra-wide, and 48-megapixel 5x telephoto lens, alongside a 42-megapixel selfie camera. One notable difference could be the introduction of 480 Hz PWM dimming on the Pixel 10 Pro, which aims to reduce eye strain during extended use. Additionally, the Pixel 10 series is rumored to be slightly heavier due to the inclusion of key 2.2 charging magnets, allowing for more secure attachment to wireless charging pads. Pixel 10 Pro versus Pixel 9 Pro. Price. The good news is that the base price of the Pixel 10 Pro is expected to remain at $999, matching the price of the Pixel 9 Pro. However, the Pixel 10 Pro XL price is rumored to start at $1,119, which is higher than the previous model's $1,099 price point. This change is attributed to the removal of the 128GB storage option, with the Pixel 10 Pro XL beginning with a 256GB version instead. Pixel 10 Pro versus Pixel 9 Pro. Design and display. The Pixel 10 Pro is expected to carry forward the familiar design of the Pixel 9 Pro. With possibly more rounded edges, the screen sizes are set to stay the same at 6.3 inches for the standard model and 6.8 inches for the XL version. The introduction of 480 Hz PWM dimming could significantly enhance the viewing experience, making it more comfortable for prolonged use. Pixel 10 Pro versus Pixel 9 Pro. Cameras. Camera hardware seems unlikely to change much between the Pixel 10 Pro and its predecessor, retaining the same trio of lenses and a 42-megapixel front-facing camera. While this consistency is reassuring for those who appreciate the Pixel 9 Pro's photo quality, it may not provide strong incentives for upgrading. However, Google could surprise us with improved camera performance through software updates and enhanced AI features. Pixel 10 Pro versus Pixel 9 Pro. Performance and AI features. Performance-wise, the Pixel 10 Pro is rumored to be powered by the Tensor G5 chipset, potentially utilizing a 3-nanometer manufacturing process for better performance and power efficiency. However, this upgrade is not guaranteed, and some experts are skeptical about its implementation. In terms of AI, the Pixel 10 Pro might debut with an updated assistant called Pixel Sense, designed to offer a more personalized experience based on user behavior. The phone is also expected to launch with Android 16 and the Material 3 expressive user interface, further enhancing its functionality. Pixel 10 Pro versus Pixel 9 Pro. Battery life and charging. Battery capacity is set to increase on the Pixel 10 Pro, reaching 4,870 mAh, compared to the Pixel 9 Pro's 4,700 mAh. The Extreme Battery Saver feature is rumored to offer around 100 hours of charge, up from the Pixel 9 Pro's 72 hours. Charging speeds are expected to remain largely consistent, with the Pixel 10 Pro XL potentially boasting a faster 39-watt wired charging rate. Pixel 10 Pro versus Pixel 9 Pro. Outlook. Overall, the Pixel 10 Pro appears to be a modest upgrade over the Pixel 9 Pro, with incremental improvements in areas such as battery life, display technology, and AI features. While existing Pixel owners might find it challenging to justify the upgrade, those with older devices might be enticed by these enhancements. we'll have to wait until the Made by Google event on August 20th to see if the Pixel 10 Pro delivers on its promises. What do you think? Will the Pixel 10 Pro be worth the upgrade for you? Share your thoughts in the comments. Google Pixel 10 Pro leaks. Everything we know before the big reveal. Imagine having the latest smartphone design revealed to you before its official launch. That's exactly what's happening with the Google Pixel 10 series. With just 2 weeks to go until the big reveal, leaks have left virtually nothing to the imagination. But here's where it gets interesting. Even Google itself has given us a sneak peek at the phone. Today, we're getting an exclusive look at the Pixel 10 and 10 Pro from almost every angle, thanks to renders obtained by Android headlines. The base model Pixel 10 can be seen in its upcoming Frost colorway, which is rumored to be replacing the standard porcelain white option for Google's cheapest Pixel 10 variant. On the other hand, the Pixel 10 Pro is showcased in its sleek obsidian black color option, with one more angle that's not seen in the base model leak, a straight-on front and rear view. When you combine these leaks, you'll notice that the design differences between the Pixel 9 and the new Pixel 10 series are minimal. In fact, if you were holding a Pixel 9 or 9 Pro in your hand while looking at these renders, you'd probably struggle to spot any significant changes. However, one notable difference is the camera bar on the Pixel 10, which is reportedly getting an extra camera sensor this year, mirroring the triple rear shooter of its Pro phones. This makes it a bit harder to tell the 10 and 10 Pro apart. But one noticeable difference is the presence of a thermometer sensor on the Pro model just beneath its rear camera flash. You can also distinguish them by the finish of the metal components. The Pixel 10 uses a matte texture, while the 10 Pro's sides are polished to a shine. But this isn't the first time we've seen the Pixel 10 Pro from multiple angles. A leak in June went hands-on with the new model, and we recreated those shots from the same angles on a Pixel 9 Pro to make a side-by-side comparison gallery. The above leak, however, didn't show the sides of the phone. Today's renders do, but when you combine both of these leaks, there's a conspicuous absence. The SIM card tray is not shown in any of the images. On the Pixel 9, the SIM card tray can be found on the bottom edge of the phone. But in the leak from June, this area of the phone now has a second speaker or microphone slot. We were expecting to see it on one of the side rails in today's leak, but since it's not there, we're left with 3 possibilities. First, it could just be that the renders omitted the SIM slot. Second, it's entirely possible that the phone shown in the hands-on leak from June was an early prototype or elaborate hoax. The third possibility is the least likely. Perhaps Google has moved away from physical SIMs entirely, leaving eSIM as the only option. And this is the part most people miss. The implications of a potential shift away from physical SIMs could be significant. But here's the question. Are you ready for a future without physical SIM cards? On the other hand, some might argue that physical SIMs are still necessary for certain use cases. What do you think? Should Google ditch physical SIMs or keep them as an option? One way or another, we'll find out at the Made by Google event on August 20th. In addition to these 2 phones, we're also expecting to see the Pixel 10 Pro XL, Pixel 10 Pro Fold, 2 Pixel Watch 4 models, and a set of Pixel Buds 2a. On the software front, this should also mark the official debut of Android's new Material 3 expressive design. So, what are your thoughts on the new Pixel 10 series design? Do you think Google is making the right call by potentially moving away from physical SIMs? Let us know in the comments below.